I want to share with you my newest book, Art Ed Guru, a comprehensive guide to art education and choice-infused teaching. This is 30 plus years of pedagogical experience in how to teach art. If you're looking for a book about actual lesson plans, then I would get one of my workbooks that you can find on this platform. But let's go through the new book and what it does for us. So if we look at the table of contents, you can see that it's pretty involved. So I've divided it into education, which is education in general, art education, advocating, behavior management, arts integration, teaching art, general education advice, assessment, nuts and bolts, enrichment, caring for yourself with getting hired advice, scenario guidance. I put 50 scenarios in here so you can kind of take the information that I put into this book into practice. There are some sample projects and additional resources. If we dive a little deeper into these, I've highlighted the unique content of this book. Why do you want to be an art teacher? Are art classes a waste of resources? And actually, that one gives you detailed information about research that's been done to show that art education is a very powerful tool and maybe the most important tool in schools. Promoting your department, how to deal with special needs students, disruptive classes, incorporating literacy into your practice, the many different modes of art education, lesson planning strategies, scaffolding lessons, keys to differentiation, building choice-based lessons, transitions between projects, being fair versus being liked, dealing with the non-compliant student, bullying and biased language, gender issues, which will also talk about LGBT students. You may be breaking the law if grading artwork, and I do include rubrics in this book, how to help out with funding your program, observations when a principal comes unannounced, museum visits, advice to first-year teachers, and how would you go about getting hired and strategies to set yourself above other applicants. So I'm just going to take you through a few of these. You can click on the Amazon links and see inside the book. But you'll see these are scenarios in red. And by the way, the book is full color with over 200 illustrations. So these scenarios kind of give you situations based on the reading so that you can kind of think about it a little bit more deeply and consider how you would apply it to your own teaching practice, no matter what your environment is. I do have some little posters that could be cut out and laminated. So if you wanted to, have some advice about autism spectrum disorder students, and things that will help you with that population, we have these in the book. You'll see I have examples of students in the same class. This is a 9th grade class, an advanced student, and then a student with special needs who comes with an aid, and how you can differentiate projects for both students who could very well be in the very same classroom. So I do address that in the book. I give you some examples of lesson plans and lesson planning strategy in there because that's something everyone can use some help with. More posters, and then some scaffolding for building your own lessons and making sure that they're choice-based. I have lots of color examples of some specific lessons, though again, most of the lessons are going to be in my workbooks, but here we kind of take a deep dive into quite a few of them. And I do incorporate the rubric that I use in my classroom. This is one version, and then we have a second version over here. And then I give you some actual student projects that you can try and grade yourself and explain why you would differentiate the grade. Why might one be, given an A and another one maybe being given a C? And then we talk about that in the book. For art history, there's some great flow charts and stuff that are available to help students identify the different schools of art. In this flow chart, it's from Renaissance through pop art. And then in the advanced chart, it goes from the Byzantine period to op art. There is an observation tool in here, so you can pull this out if a principal or vice principal comes in to observe you. So these are quick checklists you can go through as you're teaching to make sure you're hitting everything that they want to observe. And then the back of the book is going to have lots and lots of full color images of different lessons I have done over the last 30 years, both 2D and 3D. Most of these lessons are going to be targeting ages 7 through high school, and we don't have a lot in the way of lessons for the kindergarten, first and second grade level. However, the information in the book will help with teaching strategies for any population. But it just so happens that I teach, second through 12th grade for most of my practice, and then we have some additional resources in the back. I think you're going to find this a valuable resource. I will continue to add to it throughout the years as more things come up, but as I find myself getting closer and closer to retirement, I want to make sure that I share my wealth of knowledge with other teachers and my successful program in art education. Thank you so much for watching.